This is I'm okay. Thanks for being here again. This is episode 6. Today we're talking about what matters the most in life. Thanks for being here again. I hope you will be okay in the end. Have a blast.
Have a blast, man. Well, again, thank you guys for joining. So it's been a week. How are you guys doing? How you been?
No, long week. But hey, to be okay is not something that it has to be a daily thing. You know, you have to wake up and make that choice every day. So some days it's harder than others. Some weeks it's more difficult than others. This is one of those difficult weeks, but hey, we're all here at the end of it, and we're still kicking. So that's all
we're still trying to be okay, you know.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Like with Kimo's mom, you know, getting sick and having a cold. I'm still a little bit sick, but it's getting better. So the last 3 days were like, you know, sneezing, you know, stuck nose and stuff, and not feeling very well. Trying to go by, and today my dryer died. So man, I have to find. I bought a new one.
Died?
My dryer, the laundry dryer.
Oh, dryer. Okay.
Drying machine. Yeah.
Yeah, the drying machine. Yeah, it died. You know, it's like 10 years old, so it lasted a long time. It did a good job, so I have to replace it now.
10 years is a long time. Man. We should have a moment of silence for your dryer machine.
for some electronic devices, 10 years, it's a long lifespan.
Very long.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it survived for 10 years.
Yeah, me too. I would have repaired it. But the guy from the shop said it will cost around like $400 or something.
Get replaced.
It's not worth it anymore.
No,
and you don't know, maybe you replace the electromotor and the next thing will break down, you know. So I ordered a new one, and maybe next week will be good, because we don't have space outside, so I can't dry the laundry outside. And
just wear the wet clothes, man. You'll be all right. I said, just wear the wet clothes. You'll be okay.
You don't want to see that. It's not like, you know, the whole neighborhood is cheering up if Mali walks across the block, you know, wearing nothing beside his spandex.
You never know, man. There's some interesting people out there.
I can tell, man. I can tell. But no, thank you. I will, you know, even if I have to wash it on my hands, I will wear clothes.
All right.
Cool, man.
And I don't want to, destroy the surprise, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a different element of surprise at the end of the day, I guess.
Yeah. So, referring to our today's topic, guys, what matters in life? What's the point of, you know, what's really important?
That question is it's giving me a lot of things to say, man. But for this podcast, I'll just cite my the thing that I really wanted to fix right now. I think that's the most thing that matters to me. It's my freedom from, you know, being entangled from my marriage. I don't know. There are some people who already knew my situation, that my wife already got married. So that's quite crazy. I don't know if I need to, you know, put it on public, but still, I have this what you call this, a prison in my own mind, that I also wanted my marriage to be legally entangled, right? Because I also want to have my own life.
Yes.
And what matters to me the most is this thing that I'm always preserving, the what's that term? I still want to be humble right now, although I believe that I'm being triggered by
Yeah.
these things. She triggered me long time ago with what she did to me 9 years ago, and
Yes.
now learning, finding out that
Mm,
she has done this without
Yeah.
my knowledge, right? Has triggered me again. But I'm keeping my composure, man. I don't want to act irrational about this, but what I wanted to experience right now is for me to have a place where I can breathe freely without thinking about these things. I want to also be with someone that I truly love. I also want to have a
yeah.
family. To other people, probably again, that question that we are talking about might
Mm,
be different to some.
right.
Say if
Right.
Of course.
you ask like say a 10-year old, probably winning a competition, an online game would matter to them.
Yes.
A college student, what would matter to them is probably getting a degree or landing that dream job that they have. But for us, at my age, I'm 38, and I'm not I'm not gonna hide that from anyone. I'm 38. I look young. Probably it's the Asian blood that I have, but but what matters to
You
me
look
is
amazing, brother. You look amazing.
you're too kind, sir.
Of
But at my age right now, at my situation, I also wanted to have a family.
course.
Yeah.
Um,
You
I
deserve it.
I'm actually sort of jealous with you guys because Oliver, you already have a teenage uh kids, not kids anymore.
Mhm.
They're
Mm.
nearly adults. Marley
That
has
wasn't always fun, brother.
yeah, I know you. I know all the things that you've been through. Getting these
Oh,
kids, wiping their butts off. Trying to fix them. Even going to school to fix your daughter's what she did recently. So I know
yeah.
but you raised them good.
Yeah. Thank
You
you
raised
very
them good.
much.
Same with Marley, man. He's just starting his fatherhood, and what I've been seeing on his YouTube videos is like, oh, I wanted to be like that. I
Mm,
wanted to experience that, teasing my kid,
Yeah.
yeah.
annoy them,
Yeah.
and of course, after by the end of the day, you're gonna hug them, you're gonna kiss them,
Right.
and
Right.
tuck them
Right.
in
Yeah.
bed. You know,
I think for me, in relation to this, the biggest achievement you can have is when your kid comes to you, doesn't matter where you are, and looks straight into your eyes and says, "Daddy, I love you." You know,
oh
this
man,
is this is something. It's priceless. It's
Yeah.
completely priceless. So this is, and in the end of the day, every there's nothing matters more than this: life, family, kids. Because this is our purpose. This is also a big part of uh, what matters in life. Find the purpose. Maybe it's not everybody's dream to have kids, to have a family. It's okay.
true man,
Every,
true.
every everyone can decide for himself or for herself, but I think in the end of the day, it should be something about the purpose in life. What you want to leave behind, maybe some footprints, maybe the stuff that we are doing here with I'm okay. This is also a big purpose for me. um, and of course, support each other, support people around you, support people like everywhere, have an impact, and help others succeed in life. Not being selfish all the time. Lifting each other up. So because the success of every one of us is the success for all of us.
Yeah, but I'm
And
curious.
what you I'm sorry, I'm
Go
sorry,
ahead.
let me just finish on that, because I had this in mind. I wrote a quote today. I wrote it by myself.
Mm,
um and it's
okay.
it's related to what you said, Kimo, with the stuff that happened to you like 9 years ago. We talked about this like in the last podcast, of course. And you still, there is the past, holding on to your legs, pulling you backwards, and you're not free to move into your future. This quote says, when something bad happens, you have three choices. Ooh, where's the camera? Three choices. Let it define you, let it destroy you, or let it strengthen you.
Strong, man, strong.
Yeah. And I think we are all, at some point in our lives, I think we were defined by it, or we defined ourselves by it. At some parts, especially in my life, it was close to destroying me. But in the end, it strengthened me. And this is what you are doing. You found the power and the willingness to go on, and get it untangled. Do everything in your power. And I think we talked about this. That there will be a case or something about it. So you get your mental freedom. And can move on with your new life and with your future, and also with your current situation.
Yeah.
But there is so much. Everybody is defining what matters in life by themselves. But I think there are some ground rules, some basics that should be there, like friendships, relationships, time, memories. These are the things that are really important in life, in my eyes.
It's good, man.
Yeah. And Kimo, just to kind of piggyback on you, man, kind of comment on something you said. I think you'll get there, bro. I have no doubt in my mind that you're going to have your family,
Yeah.
you're going to have your wife, you're going to have your kids. And I don't see why that can't happen. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just, like most things on this planet, just a matter of time. But I don't see why that can't happen. I believe that's, hey, if that's a goal, if that's something that matters to you, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like really, that support really. But, this is not, definitely there are other people who has this kind of situation, same with me right now. But I would like to take this opportunity. If you are watching this, go ahead, type it in. Let us know your story, and we will reach out to you. Let's get you involved. Let's talk about your story. And if you're not comfortable putting that on the comment section, email us. It's just I'm okay.
Yes.
I'm okay tribe at gmail.com. So now I'm curious to know what is it, what matters to you the most, Marley?
Oh, to me, oh man, that question is so. What's the word? The answer to that question can be so broad.
True.
Yes.
Because something you said, Kimo, was it depends on which area of life that you're in. For me right now, definitely, family. They have to come first. And even before family, for me, and I personally try to put God first. Doesn't always happen,
Amen.
but I try to put it first. That matters because I personally believe that I make mistakes, and I believe God is there to kind of help, to help guide me through this confusing life. So I try to put Him first, put the Bible first, and see where that leads me. What the Bible tells me is, look, we need to help each other. We need to help each other, and look at work, for example. What job is there out there that somebody has that they're not essentially helping somebody else in the long run? Every workplace, you're helping somebody else. Whether it's you're at home all day answering calls about insurance, or you're selling things, like these are things that people need or they want to buy eventually, or they need insurance. You're helping somebody else. If you're behind the counter at a store, at Walmart or something, people are buying groceries, you're helping them to get those groceries. If you're just cleaning bathrooms out of school, you're cleaning those bathrooms. You're helping somebody. You're always helping somebody. And this world cannot get around if there's not that person, or if we're not helping each other. And there are people who are very bad at their jobs and very bad at helping other people.
There's a lot, man.
But there's too many of them. But at the end of the day, I think, look, even we go to school to learn how to help people. We go to school to learn how we like to help people, whether it's being a doctor. Maybe we enjoy being a doctor. Maybe we enjoy taking photos of people, or, videography, but we're helping people. And I think that's how the world goes around. That's what makes the world go around, I guess. What I'm saying. We need to help people. Now, we cannot help people, which we've been over many times in our podcast. We cannot efficiently help people if we are not helping ourselves first. So there is that balance, and that's something else that matters, is making sure you're taking care of yourself. So taking care of yourself, I believe, is what matters. Taking care of other people in your boundaries, I believe that's what matters. And family. If you have kids, those kids need to come first. If you have a wife, she needs to come first, and then it goes vice versa. The wife needs to make sure those kids and you come first. Mom, dad, help them as much as you can in your boundaries. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at. Where I think what matters to me right now the most.
It's quite tough if, in that circle, something or someone just cut you off with that circulation,
Yeah.
You're trying to be okay with whatever situation that you're in. For example, my situation here at home, it's just like me and my mom. My dad is, in the province, but you wanted to grow. Let's just talk about family, because I guess I think family also matters to most of us, right? So, but what if even in your own house, your own home, you feel like you don't belong? You feel like you cannot say any suggestion or any ideas that you think will benefit a lot. So this is a situation that I have right now. I wanted to, move out. I wanted to find my own place. I wanted my mom and dad to live together, reconcile. But as what my mom is, telling me, it's gonna be difficult for her, because she got used to this place. She's so used to this to what lifestyle we have in here, the neighbors. But if you're gonna ask her what matters to her, like that's another person, I guess my mom would say just to live comfortably, to have a healthy life. Again, going back to what we mentioned, Marley, it will depend on whatever situation that you're currently in. So if you ask old people, they just want to have healthy, good health. They just want to have enough money so that they can live, buy their food, buy their necessity, the things that they need, But we're at the stage where, to us, family matters. And it's really crazy.
And for me, I have to say, there was a conversation on Facebook I had the other day. I posted something about family, and somebody said, "Yeah, I can't agree with that." And I said, "Listen, family is not always defined by blood. Family is in my eyes, it's friends, long-term friends. Maybe people you just know for a few weeks or for a few days. They can have such a big impact on your life, or you have such a strong bond with each other.
Right.
And for me, family is not only defined by blood. Of course, if you are you have the same roots, that's defining the classification of family. But for me, this is a broader field, because you guys are also part of my family, you know, because I care, I want to see you guys happy. I want to see you guys succeed. I want to see you guys have a good life, the same wishes I have for my life. And I think this defines family. If you are caring for somebody, if you're loving somebody, it doesn't matter if you are from the same blood or from the same ancestors. Ancestors, is that the right term? If you have the same parents, grandparents, whatever,
Ancestors.
Right. Thank you, teacher. Yeah.
Yes.
And so this is something, everybody defines it by themselves, but I think family is a quite big part what matters in life, and where you should put a lot of effort into.
Yeah.
Maybe the most.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. Family is really tricky because you have some selfish parents.
Yeah.
I hate to say it.
So
I hate
true,
to say
man.
it.
So true.
I hate to say it. You have some proudful, stubborn, selfish parents, and they seem to get stuck in their ways the older they get. I have a friend, and bless his heart, I'm trying to get him on the show here pretty soon, but he had a very toxic environment in his house, and his parents just take advantage of him, and they hurt him, and he's such a nice guy. So he's going to do what he can to do whatever it takes to make sure his parents are okay. And his parents know that. And it's just very toxic. If I could tell you some stories, and I mean, like, it would just shock you guys. But the point is, he had to leave. It took him years to leave, but he had to leave. And once he left, his parents' attitude hasn't changed. But now they were forced to change to a certain degree because he's not there anymore. But let me tell you, once he goes back to visit, it's the same toxic environment. But he is better now. He is able to establish himself with his wife. He doesn't have any kids, but it's so to piggyback on that, yeah, we have to do everything we can to take care of our family, But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's your parents or your wife. Kids are the lines are maybe extended a bit more because they're your kids' responsibility.
True.
But at the end of the day, you can only take care of somebody else as it allows you to in your boundaries. We all have boundaries. So for you, Chemo, I'm listening to you, brother. I hear you. At the end of the day, you say I don't know your mom and her whole situation. But at the end of the day, her wanting to live comfortably, if that's at the sacrifice of your well-being or your happiness, that is not right. And those are those lines, those are those boundaries that you're in. And you gotta, it's your mom, bro. I get it. That's tough. Can't, but you have to move on, man. There's a there's a verse in the Bible that says, for this reason, a man shall leave his mother and father and cling to his wife. You know what I mean? You have your girlfriend and you want to be with her and have a family with her. Eventually, that step, I would imagine, have to be taken. And the parents have to understand, look, our kid has to go out and spread his wings and do what he needs to do. And that's a tough area to be in, brother. And I hear you, man.
Thanks, man. It's really quite tough because I wanted to do things, but I don't want to be left with some guilt. I don't want to think like if I leave this house and leave my mom at this situation, at her situation, that something bad will happen. I don't want to be left with that. Yeah. And I think that's one thing that's really not good with just having a only kid, just like me. I'm an only child, right? I don't have anyone to support me. I don't have like the distant cousins. I don't have like like uncles or aunts that I can talk to about this, because every one of them are in the province, even my dad, right? So there's no one to support the idea that I have and just let me just Chemo, just fly out, do whatever you want. We'll take care of your mom. When you come back here, she'll be healthy. I don't have that option. I don't have that luxury. So I'm really
Yeah.
trying to
Understood.
understand what else I can tell my mom to convince her that I have an idea, and this will not only benefit you, but it will benefit us three. And
Hmm.
for anyone who's listening in this podcast, this might be difficult for other people, but you gotta face this problem. You don't just go out because your mom or your dad did not approve of you. You gotta talk to them. You gotta
Yeah.
let them know what you have in mind. It doesn't matter if they will tell you no, it does not work that way. No, let them understand. If you're at that right um, age to just live on your own, just tell them what you want to do in your life, because I
Yeah.
guess there are some parents that are stuck with the how they used to live. Like Oliver, we talked about this before, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
We
we
did
did.
talk about this. The parents of our generation are the kind of the stubborn parents, but they do have their own reason. They
Of course, yeah.
have their own story why they think that way, because during
Yeah.
that time their parents, our grandparents, also had some difficulty living their own life, and our parents got something out of that experience, and that's why
Hmm.
they became like that. So in my situation right now, it's like I want to stop that thing. Like, hey mom, let's stop this. It's a new age, it's a new generation. I'm not gonna We can bleep this, but I don't want to fuck it up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brother, you're totally right. And what came to my mind now is like there is a saying that related to how we are raised and how our parents are raised. For example, my parents are 10 years born after World War II.
Mm.
So my grandparents lived during World War II, and
Yeah, yeah.
so they are used to a completely different life. They have different values,
Right.
um, and we are raised like in the old terms. We are raised for a world that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Hmm.
Um, so the times nowadays are so fast. You can work almost from everywhere. If you're doing something with the internet, for example, you can sit somewhere in Manila, you can sit somewhere in Orlando on the beach. I can sit somewhere in Europe with my laptop on my lap and just do
Yeah.
my work.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
you can be independent. You can move around. Maybe you just want to move around and not being stuck in one place for the rest of your life, like our parents did or do, and our grandparents. Like back in the days, for example, here in Germany, when you were born, you went to the kindergarten, you went to preschool, middle school, you went to high school. Then you got in the job. You worked in the same town, you lived in the same town, and maybe you died in the same town. So, but the word today is not anymore like this.
Right.
Um, Sometimes you forced. You have your girlfriend, in a different country.
Yeah.
She's like, how I don't know how far it is away from you, but it's not like a 10-minute drive with the car. Um, and you have to make any sacrifices, and you have to move on with your own life, because it's not your responsibility. We all feel responsibilities. We all are raised like, we have to take care of our families. We have to take care, but we also have to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
And if this means
Yeah.
that you have to yeah, maybe to cut the rope a little bit, and say,
Little
okay,
bit.
I have to, yeah, I have to move on with my own life. I have to
Yeah.
make my own decisions. I also have to make my own faults. you
Yeah,
know
it's true.
yeah, because this is part of life too, because you don't
Yeah.
learn always from the sunny side.
Yeah.
And I know I want to protect my kids from being in danger, or getting affected by stuff that happens to them. But on the other hand, if you always put them into a cocoon, they won't learn anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is the
Yeah.
same. This is the same for you. I get it. Why your mom and your dad are maybe a little bit more stubborn. I have yeah.
You get
Especially
it.
my father.
Yeah, you
Man,
totally get it, man.
I totally get it. I can tell you. I think we can chat about this for hours.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, let me say something.
Yeah.
I was just in Bolivia. You guys know this.
Right.
I was just in Bolivia, and I was in a situation in Bolivia where I had a wife, 2 kids, and in-laws that were not well. They were sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of the responsibility of taking care of the wife, kids, and the in-laws that were sick fell on me. So me now not being able to grow, 3 things: love, support, and just having a sense of purpose. Like, they all had that at the end of the day. They had the love, they had the attention, they had the support, because I was there to help. You understand? And they still have that, even though I'm not there. But there was just a lot of it there. And at the end of the day, I didn't have the support I needed. I didn't have the love I needed. And I saw myself getting to a darker place. It's just that's just what it is. Now, I had to make the decision, oh my goodness, to leave my wife, 2 kids, and people who were not well, my in-laws. And I care about them. That took me about a month, maybe about 2 months. If you ask Oliver, probably the entire time that I was there.
I think it took you the entire time
to make the decision. Like, I knew I had to leave, but it was not an easy thing to come around to, and it just took a long time to just, in my mind, my mind works in a very visual way. I had to separate myself in a way from each one of them. And it was a mental thing before, it became a physical thing. But it comes down to, like you said, what matters most. And what matters most is family and is helping other people, but you have to help yourself. That support has to come from you to yourself. That love has to come from you back to yourself, and not just to everybody else. And once you do that, you're gonna feel better. Oliver, you said you got to cut the rope. It's not cutting the rope completely. It's really not. You're still gonna be there. You're still gonna support them. It's just maybe now you can support them a different way now. And once I left Bolivia, here's the key part. Once I left Bolivia, their situation changed. They were forced to change their situation so that way they could live in a better way.
Yeah.
If I never left, they would have never changed their situation.
They will be dependent on you.
So, exactly. So
and this is the same situation with you.
I was holding them back.
Yeah.
Yes. No, you were holding each other back.
Yeah, and this is something
each other back.
I don't know if any one of you knows or are familiar with this phrase. Give a man a fish, and he will not be hungry for a day. But if you teach a man how to fish, then he will not be hungry for the rest of his life. And this is what you're doing right now, Marley. It's a difficult decision for you to just leave them. You have to consider the kids, you have to consider the wife, and your in-laws are not feeling well. There's a lot of factors that you need to consider, but you're also trying to push them to find a way for them to, work their ways so that, everyone will, if they combine all their efforts, and that will make a lot of difference, and it's really difficult for you to just handle it alone. You already have a lot on your shoulders, and I understand that, it's also not helping you grow as a person, because if you stay probably 2 more months, 3 months, oh my God, we don't want this to happen, but probably we won't be able to have you on this podcast because but you have you need to fly to other place because you also need to what you call this, hone your craft. You need to get more clients because, as what you mentioned, Bolivia is not that kind of place where you can just get clients in and
Right, right, right.
and show your expertise as a videographer, as a photographer. But
Right.
right now you're back. I know you're still trying to get your clients, or listing all the things that you need to do, and that's the
Right.
first step, man, because I
Yeah.
believe after you iron this out, everything, then you can just
Mhm.
go back to Bolivia with it. Hey guys, I'm back.
Yeah, exactly. Go back
Right.
and spend some time, visit, help out. And if you haven't listened to for the people watching the podcast, if you haven't listened to the previous podcast, go listen to them because
Yeah.
we touch on these topics often. I know it sounds bad to leave your kids at wife, but they need to come back here to America because it's just better for them to come back here, and that is the plan. So.
Yeah.
I haven't abandoned them completely.
Don't
Uh,
don't judge a
temporarily.
book by don't judge a book by its cover.
Please don't. But I hear you, Oliver too, and
Yeah.
Kimo. Yeah, we need that time to spread our wings to improve ourselves. I had a clientele here. I had clients here, and that ball that was moving really fast has now
Mhm.
stopped. And now
Right.
that I'm back, now I have to get this ball moving again, which is really
Right.
slow. But it's in the long run, it's gonna be better because it's
It'll
gonna
pick
be
up.
a place that I can help provide and a means that I can help provide for my kids when they come back and my wife and even my in-laws.
Yeah. And just like what
So,
Oliver mentioned earlier, there's no great feeling when you get home and your kids or
Yeah.
your wife will tell you, "Hey, Papa,"
Yeah.
or "Hey, Dad,
Yeah.
love you, we missed you,"
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
and you will get that
Yeah.
back, man. And just keep grinding.
Thanks.
That word is ready. Being, but yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
keep hustling, man. I don't want to
Keep
use that
hustling.
word. Grinding is like we're
hustling,
not.
yeah.
Keep hustling, man. If you have gotten this far, we appreciate you for staying with us. And while you're at it, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. That way, YouTube algorithm will pick it up and will help this channel grow more. If you are new here, we are I'm Okay. Our goal is to reach out and connect to people using this platform to inspire people with our experiences, share our process with dealing with failures, and how to get back up in life. This is our 6th episode, and we're talking about what matters in life. Thank you again for watching, and now back to our show.
Man, for the sake of living, forget to live. It's like we are always worrying about everybody else, and we can refer this to the last podcast, like get your mask on. And this is what I did, like for almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
Forget about myself, forget about what's important to me. Of course, my family was always important and is important and will be always important to me. But what about me? What about myself? What about my dreams, my wishes, my desires, And I actually forgot to live.
This is true, man.
Hmm.
And it's something that I can relate to, man. That 8 years that I've been depressed, kind of felt like I was in a dark place, trying to dig my way up to the light. Just, trying to find my, what you call this, a place where I can rest. And, with you, you've struggled a lot, man. Your marriage suffered, your personal lifestyle suffered as well, but you did it all for your kids,
Yes.
and I do believe that you will be rewarded with the good things that you did, not only for
Yes.
yourself, but for your family. I'm pretty sure
Thank you,
your
brother.
wife will thank you as well. Will give you thanks for the things that you've done for her. Maybe not too soon, but she will realize that you took care of her. That you set yourself aside for her well-being. I believe this is what you did.
Yeah, you're right. And the funny thing about it is, I talked yesterday to somebody quite special about my past marriage and my ex-wife or my wife.
Mhm.
And she asked me, so how do I feel, or is there any feeling left?
Yeah.
And I said, there is gratitude. I'm thankful for two things. The one thing is, or the first thing is my kids, because without my wife and without my marriage, I wouldn't have my kids.
Right.
And this is the most important part for me. And the second one is, and I'm getting there, every day a little bit more. I'm thankful for that she set me free,
Yeah.
that she took the decision to end our relationship, because I think I wouldn't have taken the decision to leave my kids or leave my family or take the kids with me and end my relationship with my wife. And she opened the door for me for everything that's now blessings that came into my life, like you guys, like the I'm okay, like yeah, very special people right now. No, I don't
Yeah.
want to go too deep into this right now.
Yeah, because you're gonna cry again.
No. I'm good.
You look too
Let
good
it
for
out,
crying, man.
Oh,
let
thank you
let
so
it
much.
out,
That's so
brother.
kind.
Come
No.
on, man. I don't think the people of the world have seen them nice teddy bear tears in a long time, man.
Yeah, time for some new tears. No, but this is something, this gratitude that I feel related to my wife is something I have never thought I would come to this point. Because you go through these steps of dealing with the situation. You're angry, you're sad, you're desperate, all the different feelings that occur in times like this. But to have this moment where you sit down, look around, I'm sitting in my apartment, um it gets finally almost done, and I feel home. I
Yeah.
really do, because home is not a place, home is a feeling.
Amen to that, man.
And amen. And did I say amen? Um
Yes, you said amen.
Yes,
I made
I
you.
said amen. You made me. Yes, you guys made me do a lot of things I never thought about. And yeah, this is something that gratitude is also a big part, or what matters in life. Being grateful,
Yeah.
being thankful what you have.
Yes.
You don't have to be a preacher, to speak out of your own soul and say, "Hey, I'm thankful." I'm. Mm, how do you call this? I have to look it up. Give me a second.
While you're doing that, and
You're
this is
satisfied.
satisfied, yeah.
Satisfied.
And
Satisfaction.
this is what your daily reflection did to you, man.
Mhm.
You mentioned before that you would sit alone and sometimes you would weep, and
Yeah.
try to blame it to someone or to something,
Yes.
all the things that's been happening to you, but you're able to do this habit where you just sit down, listen to your heart, and reflect
Yeah.
on all the things that just happened to you, and you went on this kind of coping mechanism, the solution focused mechanism. In our church, we actually talked about three coping mechanism that psychologists mentioned. One is there's like a solution focused uh, coping mechanism. Second would be the emotion focused, and the third one is the avoidant
Yeah.
focus. But those three things depends on which situation you're trying to deal with. I guess what you
Yes.
did was definitely it was emotional to you, but you went on the solution type of coping mechanism because you already know what you need to do in order to get your life back. And the solution would be quite difficult, but you had to
Yeah.
end the relationship with your wife because you've kind of felt like, correct me if I'm wrong, you're not going anywhere with it. It's like just
No.
piercing through your soul every day. It's not just like what Marley mentioned earlier. You feel like or kind of felt like you're not growing in this union that you have. So it was kind of difficult, but you went on that solution based coping mechanism. I for one is an emotional guy. That's why I was trapped in that emotion, and I'm still emotional. I'm not gonna hide that, but I'm trying to rack my brain and see what solution I can do in order for me to get out of this situation. Because
Yeah.
no matter how I feel about the things that's been happening behind me, again, feelings will only get you, to somewhere. But if you don't find a solution to fix your problems, then you will just be stuck. You will just be
Yeah.
stuck in that rut. And I'm inspired by what Marley did. Moving from Bolivia to Orlando. That was a big step, man. And to anyone who has experienced this, any one of you typing this, what was your struggle when you were trying to cope up with your mental stability? Were you a solution based person, emotional, or you just try to avoid it and deal with other stuff like probably substance, probably I don't know, gambling, stuff like that. Let us know. We want to hear your story. But back to our show. How about you, Marley? What can you say about the situation that you're dealing with right now? Like, are you able to cope up with this situation?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a day by day process. Um, I don't know if the way I'm handling it is the right way, but I'll tell you what I've been doing. I wake up, make my bed,
I like that. I like it. I like it.
and
We have
I
something in
just try
common.
to. Yeah, right. Okay, so first thing is personal care. Well, that's really the. Yeah, yeah. Well, okay. See, I'm all messed up already. First thing is, yeah, I try to wake up and have that, as Oliver would call meditation time, or some people may call devotions, or I just try to spend the first 30 minutes or something either praying or reading, Bible verses or just something else that's encouraging. And that just helps to set my day right. And I'll tell you why when I get a little bit further on. Then I go wake up, make the bed, clean up. I don't care if it's laundry or showering or
Yeah.
brushing my teeth, but all of those things are important. Combing my hair, like all of those things are important because when I look at myself in the mirror, I want to see somebody that is taking care of himself. And
Amen.
I'm pointing this way because there's a big mirror right here. But
Seems like you're
yeah, if I
pointing
look
at
at it,
me.
yeah, I want to take care of myself like this guy. But but no, yeah, at the end of the day, it's just if I look at myself and I don't like what I see, that's only going to affect my mind here, and I'm not going to like who I am.
Yeah.
So throughout the day, I'm trying to better myself by either editing, looking for work, looking for more clients. Any opportunity I have to get out of the house, I'm taking it. So if a friend calls me, it's like, what are you doing? I'm getting off work. Let's go somewhere.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
any opportunity I have to get out, whether it's to play basketball or whatever, I get out and I do it because I need to feel like I am not trapped. I
Right.
already feel trapped up here. I can't feel like I'm trapped, in this room, and at nighttime is where it really hits. Nighttime I get back is, you're winding down, you're in your bed, and that's when everything, the nights are probably the hardest
Yeah.
Probably the hardest moments to get through.
This
And
taunting
sometimes,
voices.
yeah, you
Totally
hear
get that.
everything. I don't know if it's
Uh-huh.
your wife or your mom or your,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
friends or enemies, but you hear everything. And
Yeah.
most of the times it's just yourself. One night I went to bed at like 9, 10 o'clock, and I was
Right.
awake till 4:30 in the morning. I could not sleep.
Yeah.
And
It's hard, man. It's
so
hard.
that's why I say when I wake up in the morning, I have to read something positive. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I'm reading something positive, just because if I don't, all of that heaviness through the night goes with me throughout the rest of the day. And yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm looking forward to maybe even traveling somewhere and just getting my mind off of stuff and getting to a new environment. Guys, I haven't told you, but I'm thinking of starting fresh here, maybe just moving, from
Yeah,
Florida. And
Why not,
if
man?
sounds
there's
good.
yeah,
Why
if
not?
there's an area to start, if there's a time to start fresh
Yeah.
and start, something new workplace, new job, new area, then I
Take
think now's the
advantage of
time to
it,
do it.
man.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
the time, man. Take advantage of it.
Yeah,
So
and we
that's
can
kind of where I'm at.
we can wrap this up and just live your life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Live your life. It doesn't matter if it's with somebody or just by yourself. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's your life, and
Hmm.
you have to make yourself happy, and you have to make yourself comfortable and satisfied.
Right.
And
Yeah.
there is another one. Of course, there's another one.
Take it
It's
away,
not
brother.
what you. Yeah, take it away, brother. It's not what you do. It's how you do it. It's not what you see. It's how you look at it. It's not how your life is. It's how you live it.
And to add to that very beautiful quote, don't listen to other people saying you can't do it.
Yes, you can.
You
Don't
work
listen
you
to yourself saying you can't do it too.
yeah,
Sometimes
there
I'm telling
Yeah.
myself I can't do it.
yes, say, I always
Yeah.
have that voice telling me that you can't do it, chemo. You're a chicken.
Oh yeah.
You're a pussy.
Yes.
But yeah, there are some people who will tell you otherwise. There are some dreams that you want to achieve, and they will tell you, no, it has to be done this way. It has to be done like that. Great minds like like let's just put an example here. Let's just put Steve Jobs,
Yes.
right? One of the great minds of our generation. He did not get into that position of being a CEO of Apple if he did not fight for what he wants to do for Apple. Like
Yeah.
it cost him a lot of probably stress. He even, I don't know, I'm just referencing this from the movie, but I don't know if that's accurate. However, he sacrificed his friendship with Wozniak.
Yeah.
It cost him to sacrifice his relationship with this girlfriend that brought him Lisa,
Yeah.
his first child, right? So, but that did not stop him from pursuing what he wanted to do in life. That's what matters to him. That's how living life is to him. You know, he has this great idea. He knows that he can change the world. It's just a simple idea. Make the computer available for everyone. Make
And
it,
look where we are.
yeah, look where we
Yeah.
are right now. This
Yeah.
technology that we have, because of his idea, it was inspired. He got, Windows or other companies got inspired to build their own companies. It's not a competition, it's an inspiration. I don't want to say it's competition, It was, it inspired a lot, it sparked a lot of
Yeah.
other great technologies, from that one great idea. He did not let his emotional struggles stop him from pursuing this, and this is what we also need to do for ourselves. My situation, it's not close to what Steve Jobs had, but man, it's a very good reflection also to think about. And there's a lot of other great minds that suffered from other emotional struggles, but that didn't stop them from doing what they think is gonna change the world.
I like what you guys said. Especially Oliver said it, and then you piggybacked on it. I think I'm going to do the same thing. Like, live your life, your life. Don't live the
Yes.
life of your wife. Don't lose yourself in your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Don't lose yourself in, your parents. Make sure what you're living is your life, what you want to do. So if you want to stay and help your in-laws or help your mom or help your parents, do it if that's what you want to do. But if
Yep.
what you want to do is, look, I need to do this, I need to move, or I need to, make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. And I think it's just a matter of time before us, especially as men, it's just a matter of time.
Right.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Maybe we need to be going through the thick of it a little bit longer, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So yeah, just make sure it's your life that you live in, and not anybody else's.
And
Yeah, don't get judged, or don't judge yourself through the lens of somebody else.
Always find your purpose. Just like what Marley mentioned. If your purpose is to make sure that your family lives comfortably, maybe you need to move out. Maybe you need to find a new place where you can, get some work, where you can grow. If this is your purpose in life, do it. All right. Don't get stuck with whatever your surrounding is telling you to do. It's just a small place. Philippines is a small place. Germany is a small place. Even the US is just a small place. Look around you. Ask your neighbor.
Yeah.
Ask your friends. We have online communication. Go ask these people. Oliver and Marley and we just communicate via Messenger, WhatsApp, Instagram. Look where we at right now. We have this brotherly love. So go find your purpose. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you're not stepping on someone else's shoes or toes. No, don't. Did I say that right? But don't hurt other people just because you're be considerate with all the decisions that you'll be making, and just make sure. I hope I saved that last piece. So also be considerate, be humble. All right. And you will be shown the way. Just trust me. I've been on that place before.
We all were.
Yeah.
We all were, bro.
You don't have to be reactive to everything that will happen to you in the future. Just try to reflect daily, if possible. Every hour. If daily is not enough, reflect on everything that you do. If you want to go crazy, every minute reflect. Is this the right thing to do? Yeah, let's go to the extreme, man. But yeah, you need to reflect on the things that you will do. If it's not gonna serve a better purpose in your life, man, just drop that.
Yeah.
Just drop that. Just leave it all behind. If your past is not making you move to the future that you wanted, drop that.
Yeah. If the past is calling, drop the phone, because it has nothing new to tell you.
Yeah.
But there is this saying, like, life is a mountain. Your goal is to find your path, not to reach the top. Related to purpose and finding the spark. Finding something that adds value to your life. And you are the only one who decides how much value you give to something, or how something is valuable to you. You are the only person on this planet who has the right to decide. Not anybody around you, not your parents, not your in-laws, not your wife, nobody. Of course you have to make compromises in relationships or something.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I can refer this to our first podcast. Get your mask on. I think that's one of the
Yeah.
most powerful sentences we had so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
Get your mask on, because everything you do, everything you decide for yourself, for your life, what has a meaning to you, what defines your passion, is worth trying. And like Steve Jobs, don't stop. I think it took him 33 years
Yeah, it was
to
a
get to this
long
point.
it was a long process
Um,
for him, man.
yeah, it was a long road, and this is the same what we are doing, not giving up, finding always finding a new path, adjusting, adapting to new situations, like Mali moving back to the States, Kimo going to Hong Kong or New Zealand or wherever in the world,
Or Mars.
or Mars.
Who
Yeah,
knows?
maybe, who knows, maybe you're the first Asian man on Mars.
History. That would be history, man.
History is made. But yeah, the thing about finding purpose, all the different topics we had under the roof of what matters in life. I think we can wrap it up here, and I leave you, of course, with a quote, because you guys are used to it now, and I won't change. Remember where you came from. Appreciate where you are. Focus on where you're going. And with that being said, thanks again for watching our 6th episode. We are so proud. We are so grateful for everybody who's listening to us. Leave your story in the comments if you want to. If you not want to be in the public, send us an email, imoktribe@gmail.com. We leave you with that. We hope you're okay. And if you're not, reach out to us. We are here for you. We love you guys. Take care.
Take it easy.
Peace. Take it easy.